that's consultation here. There is a, like this, the septic water is right there on the highway. It's a very nasty scene. That's the best way I can describe it for now. Is there any action taken or about to be taken where that water is concerned?
Okay, indeed. As you said, and it occurred a couple months ago, and at that time, when we made contact with NWC, they came and cleared it. But since this last incident, which is several weeks now, we have been making contact with NWC. At one point, I know that the wastewater officer, Ms. Williams, even sent a video, and we have not had the necessary response in terms of the clearing. It was yesterday that a notice was served and taken to Kingston on the matter. So Ms. Jamie Scus from Sewage, and she has informed me that they are gathering the resources to start that work very soon. She didn't tell me how soon, but she told me that they are gathering the resources.
Municipal Corporation, members of the media, a very happy new year to all. And these are the highlights for December 2024. With the on and off rains and with the garbage that would have been in the area during this time, would have increased the risk for us of having dengue fever. So we have an AD's premises index of 13%, which is higher than the 5% that you want, according to the World Health Organization. I'm taking the opportunity to remind everybody to ensure that they are putting holes in their tin cans before they put them out for garbage collection, ensuring that they're having their drums covered, and ensuring that they are protecting their water sources overall. There's a good 80% of the mosquitoes breeding, the Aedes mosquitoes that are what I refer to, breeds in drums, but it also breeds in the solid waste. So we have to protect both the drums and the solid waste. In terms of screening for the parish, we've been doing screening for chronic diseases. We want to find the illnesses before they are very, very serious, so you can actually manage them properly. And we did 4 such screenings for December 2024. One of which was in collaboration with the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation, where we did a screening at the Mayor's Street on December 15, 2024, where we saw 78 persons who were screened for hypertension, diabetes, high cholesterol, any kind of risk for stroke, prostate screening, eye screening. All of these were done. For the month, we did a total of 455 persons having been screened. There is no case of COVID-19 at present. We've been looking at that for the last 4 or 5 years. And we're having a little increase in the influenza, which you expect at this time of the year, the colder months. And we are going to be continuing with our vector control activities. Miss Patience, Council Patience, had asked last time that we do vector control activities for her. We've had all manner of issues over the holidays with cases, etc. So we're doing it next week, Tuesday onwards. So for the worldwide component of us, as the Ministry of Health highlighted this week, we don't have any of those viruses that are part of the Chinese outbreak, respiratory outbreak at this point in time. So we don't have any H1N1, any H5N1, any of these viruses, or any of the newer ones that we're recognizing. It's not even new. The human mental pneumonia virus, we don't have that, HMPV. So it's a respiratory virus just like the others, and if you're following just like the ordinary respiratory protection with your mask and hand washing, you should be doing pretty good. So COVID happening was a good thing to teach us how to make sure we protect ourselves against respiratory illnesses. And those are the highlights. I don't know if Chief would like to add anything in particular at this point in time. Oh, I want to highlight also, I'm very, very happy, and the public is going to be far better off with the NSWMA moving those loads or cubic yards or tons from the dump here at Church Corner. Because this has always been a serious risk for the parish, especially with it being so close to the river. Yes. So well done to NSWMA, and I'm looking forward to the Municipal Corporation policing this to ensure that the transfer of those cubic yards, tons, is safely done. Because you can't be trying to help yourself and end up being worse off. So well done, Minister. That's the transfer, safe transfer. Because it's not just covered also, you don't want it to leak.
Yeah.
Because you have the leachate, which is it's been sitting there for a while and it's breaking down. And you have all kind of bacteria that is in there. And sometimes you may have heavy metals also that are in this. And you don't want that to be leaking, or people are driving behind that vehicle and they're being exposed.
Yeah.
So we have to ensure proper containment during transfer. So I'm looking forward to that review as to the contract for it, and that we
to protect life, to let us be safe. And then one agency, such as NWC, just started and just cause an outbreak. Because anybody try to pass it. This is a dirty situation. It's really nasty. It's an emergency, and it must be dealt with that way. It can't be a situation that you're going to get all the resources together to actually fix. You have to go there and put some emergency remedy in place. And I talk about it all the time, and sometimes people don't like what I say. There's a different standard in this country for government agency versus that of a private individual. If a man running a restaurant and health department recognize him breach, 10 level of breach, he won't get shut down immediately. He doors them that now can't open. Everybody ever knows that the establishment is nasty, because health department shut it out. Now for government, there are many of them, like I hear Counclier McCloud always come and talk about that situation in a female. Just many of them all over. I have one on doing the pen. It's sad. It is really sad, because government really should set the example. And enough time I see a department serve notice, and government even turn a blind eye to it. Because even serving the notice by telling that, we know that now will really make them act if they're not ready for act as yet.
That's my duty.
But you do your duty, and I understand that. You have to do your duty, that's your part you play. But I'm just speaking to our government, and I'm not talking about a JLP government or a PLP government. I'm talking government over the years, what I've noticed since I've been a councillor. They just behave like they don't take public safety into consideration, because that situation must be dealt with. You don't drive past there and look, well, you have to smell it for your approach. It's really bad, and it's an emergency, and we have to deal with it as an emergency.
Going on coast to coast.
That's what
The remaining areas are along the highway. That's what we
four
have.
areas.
4 areas on the highway
Highway.
and 1 in the coast.
And that is
Last time we took 400 out of about 3 weeks. Every day, I feel like.
You have to assist me here. Grant calls. I swear the government of Jamaica second grant call deadline was January 3rd, 2025 for both the Community Development Committee, can you explain on that?
All right, it's the GOJ grant that is done under the SDC, and it's done to the groups, the Community Development Committee and the PDC. It's to bolster the administrative arm of the groups. The call come twice per year, 30,000 is the amount. So each group, as long as you're verified under the SDC, you are able to apply.
So these groups, are they appraised of the situation? How does one know that they're to apply?
They are told, the community officer with responsibility for the space will tell them where there is no community development officer. I take the initiative to go into the space, and it also comes in the Sunday Gleaner. Could you state the area, be specific on that, please?
I will have to defer to Mr. Grasset.
That area is.
That is one. All right.
Plus, this is in St. Thomas D, and this includes areas where there will be scheduled weekly collections as well as fortnightly collections in some areas.
So over in project, but we are calling about coming to closure, and I'm asking, I don't see it on the minute anymore. I don't see it saying that what I close. I know the drain was the problem, but the issue coming up is that the resident there is asking about the bushing and the cleaning of the street. But we can't do it unless we already have a full takeover. Am I correct? But NHT is saying that they're waiting on the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation to finish and submit whatever they to submit. So I'm asking this meeting to find out what is the position, because the residents have been. I drive up there and I see the condition of them. Number one, no garbage truck don't go up there. Right, they have to come right down on the street. Right? And also the bushing and even the monitoring of those, all those who building now are throwing the sand, the gravel, everything on the roadway. So I'm asking what leave for it, for what the Paris Council to take over. That's key.
This matter is basically for our infrastructure meeting, but since it is mentioned, the drain is now complete. That is the drain we have to run through the smokestyle development. So it's just for us to do our closeout report and submit it to NHT, and then we can take it from there. But that matter can be discussed at our infrastructure meeting next week, Wednesday.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a start, right, for road maintenance, because when you look, the last Christmas, the little crumbs, the bushing, I mean, people bush a part of the road, and then the other section of the road is left untidy. So I would need to get some funding to see if I can do a comprehensive bushing of Lead and Pen and Pipe Road. So, Your Worship, we will speak on that.
I would like to wish Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those that
Give the approval without giving a name. Someone on Oxford Road with lot 5 can end up with lot 5, but because that area don't has a name, then you find that problem. So the council need to look at that matter. That is not the case with name of the streets are already, they exist. It's just we are just replacing them, because sometimes when they put up the street side, sometimes they get displaced or accident and removed. But the problem with the contractor is that he's saying that when he was doing his scope of work was doing is pricing for the scope. It never include to erect post and put on signage. And I say that how can you install a sign without erecting posts? So there was a conflict. So the name exists. The Citizen Association is willing to furnish us with the names. So we don't have any problem with erecting the sign with naming of the street, because all the streets name already exist. So it's not like we are going to rename any streets or rename any road. It's just to erect up the original signage.
I heard the superintendent of works stated that the matter remained the same and you're going on to phase 2. No, I don't know, I'm not an engineer, but I would have thought that if there's a road project, that the drainage would have been the first thing to attack. No, I have in my phone here the appalling condition of the Red Hills drain, where you have hundreds of citizens living in Red Hills. And I think that scheme is one of the oldest schemes, and this drainage system is a problem. Whenever it rains, a number of persons' houses are flooded out. So I would have thought that this drain would have been a critical one and would be on the priority list even before the contractor think about doing the surface. Be that as it may, a part of the surface has been done, so I'm going to ask you, Superintendent, and I'm going to ask this council to ask NHT to really treat this matter as a priority. And I also want to say, and I want to achieve something here in the life of this council very, very soon. I don't intend to be here for very long, and I need to at least achieve something for the residents of Red Hills Housing Scheme. Not for me, not for the People's National Party, for the residents of Red Hills Housing Scheme. So I crave your indulgence, Superintendent, to really advocate, assist me in advocating for this. Because I thought that the drainage would have been, I mean, it's crumbling, it's see right here? I can share the photograph with you, okay? So, that's my 2 cents.
It is a priority because it was part of the original scope. But that is what caused the dispute between us and the contractor where we are going to re-tender the drainage aspect of the work. Because we didn't want to cancel the contract and re-tender because the project has been re-tendered for more than once before. So we go ahead, do the road surface, and the part of it that is causing the dispute, we are going to re-tender. So basically it is a priority. Because if the drainage is not rectified soon, the work that we did before will basically be in vain. Because without drainage there can be no road. So it's a priority, and we're working very close with NHT, and in short order, it will be re-tendered. Thank you.
Page 4. Page 5.
It says Dr. Shaw, it should be Dr. Smith.
Um, 6A, Red Hills and Yallahs Housing Scheme Road Rehabilitation Program. We'll ask the superintendent to take us through that aspect of it.
Morning, everyone. Red Hills and Yallahs Housing Scheme. What remains the same since the last meeting. The claims for the contractor is now being processed. I think at some point now, throughout this week, I expect money to upload his account, and then from there we can start the process for re-tendering for phase 2. But what remains the same as the last meeting.
Through the chair, Felix, in regards to the
yallahs housing scheme, when you say the matter remains the same, is the project complete?
The project is complete. Generally, we have to rescope the project to facilitate all the asphalting. So, phase 2 is supposed to include drainage, additional drainage between phase 1 and phase 2. But phase 1 is now completed, totally completed. We have a close-up meeting with the citizens, NHT, the councillor for the area. It was an online meeting, and there was no defects as we speak regarding, because the project was basically road rehabilitation, just to asphalt the existing, just to put another layer of asphalt on the existing surface. So it wasn't anything regarding drainage construction and the move for construction. So it's complete as per contract.
The reason why I asked the question, Mr. Felix, is that the contractor, which is Alcar, there is a bit of concern where I think NHT giving Alcar a total different report from what I'm hearing now, because based on what Alcar is saying is that the council itself holding up the process in regards to, I don't know if it's the phase 2 or what, but there is some lingering between Alcar and NHT. And NHT is saying to Alcar that it is the council holding up the process.
And council is the final payment, because there should have been some outstanding work regarding some name signing for the streets, which the contractor refused, because he stated that the scope wasn't clear enough regarding how we should actually install the signage. So there's a dispute between us and the contractor for both project. So this decision was taken for us to pay the contractor for the work completed. So the only thing we have left out of the contract from yallahs is the street signing, the name of the street. But for the work itself, in terms of the road work that is completed, and the only thing we are standing for him right now is the payment for the retention, because he has received all payments for work done so far. It's just the retention, but retention cannot be until the retention period expires and there's no defects. So since we have the site meeting, there is no defects, and we are now processing the claims to pay the retention. And so the only thing remains on this contract is the street signing for the name.